Hello everyone, time for another video. Following the recent introduction in Star Trek Lower Decks of Kashon, a Temerian serving as a member of the Federation Starfleet, I thought it would be a good time to examine the issue of language and communication. Due to the Temerian speaking in metaphor, it must have been tricky for Kashon to make it through Starfleet Academy, even with a modified universal translator. Perhaps he was working with a group of telepathic engineers and instructors. Of course, Star Trek's universal translator, which works by sensing and comparing brainwave frequencies, and then selecting comparable concepts on which to base the translation, is not the only real-time translation system used in sci-fi. The TARDIS in BBC's Doctor Who features a universal translation system which translates writing as well as speech, but appears not to work under certain circumstances. In addition, there is the automatic translation device given to Alex Rogan in The Last Starfighter, as well as the Babelfish used in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, both of which presumably work in a similar way to the universal translator. And then we have interpreter droids like C-3PO in Star Wars, who are programmed to translate the beeps and whistles emitted by astromech droids. However, these systems can go wrong, as shown in the Star Trek Discovery episode An Obol for Sharon. Of course, there are some situations where, for technical or diplomatic reasons, it may not be possible to use a translation system. This is the case in Star Trek VI The Undiscovered Country, when the Enterprise A had to pretend to be a Klingon ship in order to sneak past the Morska outpost. During the scene, Uhura has to speak to the outpost staff directly, because according to Chekhov, a universal translator will be recognised. In the novelisation, it's due to sabotage of the translator system, but I prefer the movie version. Returning to Kashon, it transpires he was also learning Federation Standard, aka English. Another sci-fi character who seems to be good at communicating with aliens that speak a different language, or at least understanding what they're saying, is Han Solo in the Star Wars saga, who is able to understand the languages of Shirok, Rodian and Huttese, spoken by Chewbacca, Greedo and Jabba the Hutt. Unfortunately, there are occasions when such cross-species understanding would be a bad idea. A good example of this occurs in the Babylon 5 episode Ceremonies of Light and Dark, when Delenn and Fleet Captain Lennon are captured by members of the rogue group Nightwatch, who seek to have Babylon 5 back under full control of Earth, but without any alien influence. When her fellow Minbari whispers to Delenn, in their own language, that he's been able to loosen the ropes binding his hands, one of the captors overhears the remark and tightens the bond, before revealing that he learnt enough of the Minbari language to be able to question prisoners captured in the war. And then we have the possibility of non-verbal communication. Apart from telepathic conversations, which are only realistically possible between telepaths, it may be possible to communicate using specially developed combinations of gestures, body signals and facial expressions, such as the kinetic communication used by the Lordians in Star Wars Legends during the period of enforced servitude known as the Kran's Disorders. What do you think? Should sci-fi film and TV franchise characters always rely on automatic translation? Or would it be better to show them learning new languages? How about a combination of the two? Do you have any ideas for future videos? If you enjoyed this video, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Feel free to like and share. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I'll be back soon with another video.